So a few days ago, Nintendo put out a teaser for this Fortnite season, and I think a lot of people read maybe a little too much into it. They posted this tweet: Fortnite sent us something for August 20th, wonder what it does. Break the rules, change the game, born to play Fortnite for the new Fortnite season. People thought there was going to be something announced related to a Fortnite Nintendo collaboration. Born to play, it ended up just being one of those things that you can just type like cheat codes in the lobby to give you stuff, whatever, like XP or like loading screens or something like that. Born to Play is just one of them, and it gives you a sprite. Nintendo always promotes all of Fortnite seasons on their social media, and even just in the middle of nowhere, they'll just promote Fortnite. It's a big game on their platform. It's a huge game, it makes them a lot of money, despite what you might think. Obviously, it runs like shit on the Switch One, but people still play it. People still buy in-game purchases on their Switch, and Nintendo gets a cut of that. So there's always been ideas of a Nintendo collab, and I think it might happen this season. It could, and I think low-key, if it doesn't happen this season, we are cooked. It's not happening. If it were ever to happen, it would be this season. Okay, Nintendo is notoriously very protective of their IPs. Anytime they do a collaboration with other games, it's only viewable or playable on their consoles. Minecraft, Extra Pack, skins, Rocket League, car skins, even Skylanders. Physical toys that you can buy separately and only use them on Nintendo's platforms. And obviously Epic wanted to do a Nintendo collab 6 years ago for Chapter 2, Season 5, like a collab-centered season. They got the mascots from their consoles, you got Master Chief, Kratos, but Nintendo was nowhere to be seen. There was no Samus skin. This never ended up happening. We just know from this document that they wanted it to happen, but it never did. For the longest time, there was only speculation that Nintendo wanted the same sort of deal where you could only buy the skin and use it on the Switch, but nothing was ever confirmed. And then Donald Mustard just straight up confirmed it in an interview 2 years ago. Yes, that was the case. So now we know why. It says Nintendo got really hung up on their characters showing up on platforms that weren't their platforms. They would be thrilled to have Nintendo characters in Fortnite, but just only if it's on their platform. For me and for all of Epic, we're like, this is an absolute must. We want to make sure that Fortnite is the same experience no matter what screen or device you're playing on. And so that collab never happened, or any Nintendo collab for that matter, never happened after that. But I always thought if any game were to change Nintendo's approach when it came to collaborating and having their IPs on other systems, other consoles, it would be Fortnite. Fortnite would be the game to do it, or the thing to do it. And I say that because Epic Games kind of backed Sony into a corner and basically made them surrender when it came to crossplay. This is so long ago that some of you guys might not even know, but Fortnite was not always a crossplay game. It wasn't even like the standard in 2017 that you could just play with your friends on any console. It was the case that if you were a PC player, you invited your Xbox friend, you could not invite your PlayStation friend to that same lobby, vice versa. There was crossplay between PC and mobile, but Xbox and PlayStation couldn't play with each other. And it got really annoying because they were doing exclusive skins on PlayStation, and you couldn't link your PlayStation account to your Epic account if it already had a Microsoft account linked before. You had to make two accounts. That's why they did account merging a few years ago, because people ended up having two Epic Games accounts and they needed to combine the skins that they had to buy. So yeah, it was really annoying for Fortnite specifically. They were really the first game to like revolutionize crossplay and make it mainstream. I think Minecraft was the first like big game to do it. They dropped a Bedrock Edition, obviously on Xbox, PC, Windows on PC, and mobile. And then when it came out for Switch, that was included in the crossplay, which was revolutionary for the time, yeah. But Sony was still left out of it. The PS4 edition was just in its own world. And then I think this is the most important part. Fortnite drops for the Switch. You can do all this sort of different crossplay with all these different devices, but not PlayStation. Before Switch, it was like you either pick your friends on PlayStation or your friends on Xbox, one or the other, or, you know, if it's your personal Epic Games account, you can only link it to your PlayStation or your Xbox. But now it's the Switch is added. This looks bad. Like Sony sticks out like a sore thumb because Sony doesn't want to do this crossplay. So they finally surrendered. Epic Games broke the camel's back and Sony allowed crossplay. And this was a big deal. Like if there was any game, anything to do it, it was Fortnite, because it makes them so much money that even Sony complied, bro. Sony does not give a fuck about you. Sony does not care about anyone that gives them money. So I think if there's any game or anything to get Nintendo to change their philosophy when it comes to allowing their IPs on other consoles and doing more collaborations with other games, it would be Fortnite, just because of the amount of money it makes them. And I think it could happen this season. If it doesn't, yeah, we're cooked. That shit is low-key never happening. But we'll see.